Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Lady PNC. Hello. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming in. If y'all don't mind, go ahead on and share. If you don't mind, go ahead on and share. Hello. Hello. Come on in and share with others. We are on LeaderScope. Thank you all so much for adjusting your time. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. If you all will go ahead on and adjust. Thank you for adjusting your time. But if you go ahead on and share for me tonight, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to get started. Going to give some person some more time to come in. Hope everyone had a great day. Great day of worship. Great day. I don't know about anybody, but it has been extremely hot, particularly here in Jacksonville. Very hot. So I hope everybody has been staying cool and staying hydrated in this heat. But I want to thank you all for coming on tonight and adjusting your time. I had something to come up, but I wanted to make sure that I did not postpone LeaderScope for tonight. So if you all just go ahead on and share, let others know that we are on as well. I see those hearts going up, so continue to tap that screen and share. If you're on Apple, I think you swipe to the left, right, or up and down. Android, maybe to the left or right. But I want to thank you all so much for being on as well as sharing. So we're gonna just give a few more minutes before we get started with tonight's topic. Okay. Well, I'm so excited to be on tonight. So excited to be able to share the topic that I'm going to be sharing tonight. And so excited to announce something with you all on tonight as well. So tonight is a very good night, very special night for all of us who are friends of leadership. So I'm really excited about tonight. So I want to make sure we have as many people on as we possibly can get on tonight. So continue to share, so people know that we are on. Okay, and we're gonna give everybody a few more minutes to get on. Thank you so much for those hearts. Thank you so much for those hearts. All right, I see the Levettes on. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So come on in, 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 come on in. All right, one of the things I want to talk about tonight, the topic that we're going to talk about tonight is facing giants. Facing giants. We're going to talk about facing giants on tonight as leaders. So as you come on, want you share and as well as hit those hearts for me. But we're going to talk about facing giants as leaders, as effective leaders facing giants. So let's get started. Let's get started on tonight. One of the things that I have discovered in this journey of leadership is there are times where as leaders, we face giants. Giants are those challenges that come up. Now, let me give a disclaimer, and I'm not sure if I've ever shared this with you all before, but a few years ago, I've been working extremely hard, particularly in my area of leadership, that when things arise, I do not identify them as problems. I do not identify them as problems. I identify them as challenges. And here's the reason why. Is because for me, what I noticed is sometimes when I would say I have a problem, it was something inside of my psyche that I would automatically begin to feel defeated, or I would feel as though I did not have an answer or a solution to that problem. So one of the things I decided to do, I decided to stop identifying things as problems and simply say I have a challenge. Now, the reason why is because when I said I had a challenge, I felt as though it was pushing me into the place of resolution. It would push me into the place of resolution. It would force me to think of a solution. Problem, I felt defeated. I felt the problem was big. I felt as though there was no resolution. But when I began to use the word, I have a challenge, or a challenge is facing me, then it forced me to think of solutions. It forced me to think of resolution. So I began to take out that word problem. So tonight, as we talk about facing giants, really what I want to talk about is, as leaders, as effective leaders, what do we do when we face not problems, but what do we do when we face challenges? Because see, here's the truth of the matter is sometimes the biggest thing that we deal with is a challenge. And sometimes that challenge is not from something on the outside. Sometimes that challenge is simply us. It's simply us. Sometimes we are the biggest challenge in our leadership. We have within ourselves, we don't have the confidence that we need to face things, to face giants. We don't have the courage. We don't have, we have insecurities, or we are easily offended by certain things. And that becomes some of the biggest giants that we face as leaders. But as effective leaders, you have to be able to know how to face those giants, and you got to face them head on. You got to face those giants head on. Now, you may have those giants on the outside, and those are the giants of criticism. Those are giants of people who are criticizing you. Those are giants of people that's on your team who do not want to do their share of teamwork. So giants come in many, many, many different faces, and there are many different sizes of giants. So on the one note, the giants that we face as leaders are sometimes within ourselves. And then you have the giants on the outside. So how do you deal with those giants on the inside of you? Let's talk about that. How do you deal with those giants on the inside? When I have those giants that I know on the inside of me, that giant that is easily offended, that giant that leads me to insecurities where I am afraid to empower those that are on my team because I feel as though they may become greater than I am. They may do the job better than me. They may get the credit better than me. How do I deal with the giant of the lack of confidence? Here's another giant that I know we have to tackle sometime as leaders, the giant of inconsistency, where we're not consistent in what we do. We'll start out doing it and then we'll drift off. The giant of procrastination. So for all of us as leaders, The one thing that we have to be able to do to face these giants is we got to identify what they are. We have to identify what our giants are. Do not think that as a leader, you will lead and never face giants. You have to be able to face those giants. You have to know what your giants are. And you've got to face those giants head on. You got to look those giants face to face. You know you have them. You know they're inside of you. And when you know that they are there, now you're able to deal with them. Now you're able to deal with them. Be honest with yourself. You know, what has led me to this place? What has led me to be a person or a leader that's easily offended? You know, maybe I had a bad situation with a follower or with another leader that hurt me, that offended me in the past. Listen, you know, you got to begin to forgive that person. You can't effectively lead someone when you are damaged as a leader. If you're a damaged leader, you're going to lead damaged people, or you're going to damage the people that you're leading, because that giant is going to raise its ugly head. And you have to be able to face that giant inside of you and deal with it. If you're a giant of insecurities, you got that giant of insecurity, you got to deal with it. You know, why are you really afraid of letting someone share their gift that may be greater or stronger in that area? Listen, I've said it before. Great leaders understand what their weaknesses are, and they get people on their teams that have that strength, and they put them there. You can't do it all by yourself. You can't. You can't lead and it's just you. That doesn't make you a leader. A leader has to have followers. Okay? So you got to be able to face those giants on the inside of you and deal with them. Deal with them. Deal with them one-on-one. Deal with those leaders, those giants, and then you got to look at those giants on the outside. Those giants on the outside, those persons who may be criticizing you and saying that you cannot do something. Listen, if they're telling you you can't do it and you know you have the confidence to do it, who are you going to listen to? Are you going to really listen to those individuals who are sitting there telling you you can't do it when you have the confidence inside of you that's telling you you can? Listen. If I listened to everybody who told me I couldn't do something, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't be on this Periscope with you on tonight or every week. Yeah, I would live a life of defeat. There's a whole lot of things that I've done that people told me I couldn't do. Okay? So you got to be able to look that giant in the face and have the confidence that every time they tell you you can't do something, you got to raise above that. Listen, you don't have to fight them. You don't have to get in no argument with them. You just have to know what's inside of you. You got to know what your purpose is. You have to know what you're called to, and you have to walk that path to get there, to do it, and trust that you can do it. Trust that you can do it. So you know, in those individuals, those giants who try to come up in front of you to stop you from doing what you're called to. Listen, don't give them any attention. The only attention you want to give them is the attention when you succeed and you reach that goal. And then they're forced to see you in the place where they said you couldn't be. And when you pass them, you turn around to them. Now, that's not being hard. That's not being arrogant. But listen, the Bible said that he prepares a table in the presence of your enemies, which means you're going to be sitting at the table of success while your enemies, and as so many of us say, our haters, are standing afar watching you feast off of your success. So sometimes those giants on the outside, you do not give them the attention, because what they're ultimately trying to do is to distract you from achieving the success of your leadership. And they're going to tell you you can't do it. They're going to tell you you shouldn't do it. They're going to tell you that it's wrong. They may tell you that it's not the right time. They're going to tell you it's not the right season. They're going to tell you you have the wrong people around you. You got to know who voice to listen to. You got to know the voice inside of you. And you got to trust what you're hearing. You got to be driven by your internal voice. And you got to have confidence in that. You have to have confidence in that. And then let everybody else around you watch you go higher and higher. Do not think that as a leader, you're going to lead and never face giants. But here's another thing to help you deal with giants. You need some people around you that can be giant killers for you. You need some people around you that can be giant killers for you. You need some people around you that is so brought into your leadership, so brought into who you are as a leader. They value you as a leader. That they know the giants that you face, particularly on the outside. And they are able to protect you from those giants. See, be real careful with the people that surround you that say they're close to you. Watch this. But they're in those conversations enough to keep bringing the giant's voice to you. Be real close. Because the people around you, that when they're brought into you as a leader, they should never bring the voice of the giant to you. They ought to be equipped and strong enough and confident enough to kill the voice before it even gets to you. And if you find out about it, you only finding out because the giant is already dead, and you find out that the giant has been killed while it was on his way to attack you, or while it was on his way to stop you. So if you got people around you that's coming to you or feeding you or telling you this is what they're saying about you, or this person is criticizing this, listen, those are not giant killers. They're just as much of your giant as anyone else. You need folks who can stop them. But here's the thing too. When you have the right type of people around you, the giants won't even have conversation with them. The giants are just afraid of them as they should be with you. You need people around you that can push you. You need people around you. And that's even when you have those giants on the inside. You need some people that you can really trust to really be able to say, listen, I have these giants on the inside of me. I deal with insecurities in my leadership. And if you know that, and you can have that conversation with you, and just in the conversation with you, you trust them and they can help you. Listen, my leadership friends, it is time for us as leaders to face our giants. I mean, really face them. We can't run from them. We cannot hide from them. We have to face our giants. And when we face our giants, it is time for us to make sure we kill our giants. If you're going to be an effective leader, you got to face your giants. You got to face your giants. And you got to kill them. And sometimes that may be painful for you as a leader to do. You want to know why? Particularly for those giants on the outside. It's because some of those giants are the people that's close to us that we really do care about and we really love. But we got to face them. And we got to deal with them. We deal with them in the spirit of love. We nurture them. But at the same time as we're loving them and we're nurturing them, we also killing that giant that's inside of them that's making them giants too. So my leadership friend, when you're faced with those giants, know they're giants. Know they're there. Those are your biggest challenges as a leader, that you have these giants. You have these giants. You have them. You know, some of us as leaders are supposed to be doing certain things, but we stay in certain places because we are so afraid to face the giant of movement. You can never be a great and effective leader when you become stagnant in one place. You have to stay fresh. You have to grow. And you have to keep moving along the journey to effective leadership. Thank you all so much for tonight. Thank you for adjusting your time on tonight. Really, really appreciate you guys. You all are very consistent, and it is because of your consistency that I work extremely hard to be consistent. Thank you for adjusting your time tonight. Again, I can't thank you enough. I had something to come up, and I did not want to say no to it. I wanted to be in place tonight. So thank you all for adjusting your time. But go ahead on and hit those hearts. Go ahead on and type, "I'm a friend of leadership." If you have any questions pertaining to this topic, haven't done this in a while, but if you have any questions pertaining to this topic, you can type in your questions, and then I have one thing I want to show you all on tonight. So hit those hearts. Type, "I'm a friend of leadership," as well. If you have a question dealing with this topic, facing giants, go ahead on and type that question, and I would do my absolutely best to answer the question. Thank you all so much. I see you hitting those hearts. Continue to hit those hearts, and continue to hit those hashtag "I'm a friend of leadership." Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for being on tonight. I see those hearts going on. Keep them going. I see you typing, "I'm a friend of leadership." For anyone who's in the LeaderScope for the first time tonight, identify yourself. Let us know this is your first time. Let us know where you're viewing from, where you're coming in from. We want to welcome you to LeaderScope on tonight. So please let us know if you're a first time and where you're viewing from, where you're coming in from. I would definitely want to recognize you on tonight. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. Any questions? Any questions on tonight? Any questions on tonight? Any questions? Okay. Now, let me share with you all what birthed this topic on tonight. Share what birthed this topic. So it's probably a little reverse, because it could have been the start of the conversation on tonight. But I'm going to end it this way. Years ago, I created a company called Cotton and Associates. Cotton and Associates. Pretty much had the same format. It was designed for me to be able to nurture emerging leaders in the church, leaders in other organizations. But I had some giants. And those giants at the time wasn't really on the outside. It was more on the inside. It was within me. Didn't have the confidence that I needed. I had great support. My wife supported me, but I just didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the consistency to keep it moving. I had such a spirit of procrastination on some things. So I had to literally shut it down. I had to shut it down. And I had to regroup. I had to really, really face the giants. I had to face the giants within inside of Scott. And I did just that. And once I really faced those giants and I understood that, I knew what I was called to. I knew what my purpose was. I knew what my niche was. I knew what was uniquely given to me. For me. Wasn't trying to be like anyone else. I knew what was given to me. So I changed the name, Cotton and Company Leadership Group. I partnered with some people who had great ideas, who really came in and helped me to shape my vision and my mission and my thoughts, my values. And they did a great job. And I thank God for them. And I appreciate them. But I had to face those giants. And I'm saying this because I believe that there's a leader on here who may have experienced the same thing, or you may be experiencing the same thing. So I regrouped. I got my mind straight. My mindset changed. See, I no longer have those giants. So that's why every Sunday at 8 p.m., unless I change it or unless I feel as though you all really need the break because it's a holiday or something, or even just for me, it's a holiday. I respect my time with my family and I respect your time with your family. I'll postpone LeaderScope, but that's the only time. But most of the time, I'm consistent. So what I decided to do was I pushed myself to be who I was called to be, beyond everything. Anybody told me that I couldn't do it, I knew that giant had to die. So I started Cotton and Company Leadership Group. I believe everybody was born a leader. And I believe that as you grow as a leader, you have a personal relationship with leadership. And you become a friend of leadership. When you begin to kill your giants and you start to walk in purpose and destiny, you get the ideas and the vision for where you're supposed to be. So that's where we are tonight. So I want to show you all, when you finally kill your giants and you start walking in purpose and destiny, you're able to produce what you're supposed to produce. So the wait is over, everybody. The wait is over. The t-shirts are here. The t-shirts are in. The hashtag I'm a friend of leadership t-shirts are in. We have them. And here they are. Here it is. This is the t-shirt. I'm a friend of leadership. That's it. That is it. That is the t-shirts. The t-shirts, they run in all sizes. You can go on the website. You can order them. I have some on me. I have some in my possession. I cannot tell you all enough. I can't say it enough. When you kill your giants and you walk in purpose and destiny, your vision will start to work for you. Your vision will start to work for you. So you can go on the website. There it is, www.Cotton and Company Leadership Group. You can order the t-shirts. I have some with me. Okay. From a small to an extra large, they're $14. 2X, $16. And then 3X is $18. You can go on the website. You can order them. I have some with me. You can inbox me on my Facebook page, Cotton and Company Facebook page. Let us know what size. Or again, just go on the website, place your order. Place your order tonight. Get the shirts. If you're a friend of leadership, you've been on this LeaderScope every week with me, I trust that you are a friend of leadership. We have to make sure this is what it is. This is not just about position. Leadership, I'm a friend of leadership, is a movement. And I want you all to be a part of this movement with me. We have to nurture effective leaders. We have to grow emerging leaders. And I want you all to be a part of that with me. God may have called me with the vision, but I want you to be a part of this journey with me. So thank you all so much. God bless you. I believe in you. Let's lead right. Let's be a friend of leadership. Let's make it a movement and not about a title or a position. It's a journey to effective leadership. God bless you. I'll be talking to you next week, 8 o'clock. Visit me on all of my social media. Check your emails. You're welcome, Lady LaJona. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lady PNC. Hey, go to your inbox. Go to your emails. We're sending out notifications about things we're doing. Thank you, Lady PNC. We're sending out information about Cotton and Company. Things that you need to know. All right, the Levettes have joined in together. They say we are friends of leadership. So go. You're welcome. So go check your emails. Okay, you may have to check your spam, but we're sending out that information. Make sure you following us on all of the social media platforms. We're gonna stay connected. We need you to stay connected. God bless you. I'll be talking to you all and chatting with you next week.